want an intro? That would be hilarious. Let's get ready to party, baby. Bring it. Bring it.
Hey, Linda Perales. Unfortunately, I have contacts in today, but otherwise, you could have been right about that. Can you guys hear me on this fine? I didn't touch it. I haven't messed with it. I did restart my computer. So if you want to try without the mic, we can do that too, whatever works. Mods, thank you for being here. Hey, Meredith, Case Face. I'm glad you made it today. Hey, Linda Perales again. Kathy Burkhart, Sharon, Natalie Strasser made it. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Dee. Hey, Chicago Jane. Whidbey Island Hippie Girl made it. Joyce Drager. I love seeing you. Hey, Squirrel Girl. Hey, Donna Koopa. Original Grandma made it again today. Hey, Aspire to Inspire. Barbara Waite. Heather Huckleberry. Kyla made it. West Coast Fancy Nancy. Hey, babe. Hey, Chrissy Twig. Chewini Love. To me, your volume is really low with the mic. I think that would be more on your end, though, Joyce, but I'm not sure. Let's take a vote. Hey, Alana, welcome back. Hey, Caroline in Canada, Mrs. Patty Cake, and also your husband, Big J, Caroline in Canada. DNV, Karen Tootie Greenie, Chops World. Liz Tricks. Hey, Baby Lily Pad. Hey, DS Kitty. Kathy Brown came back. Jennifer Ogold. I hope you got my message back. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Nancy Jane, welcome in. Hey, Puka Vista. Elise can hear me fine. Hey, Alicia. So we have two people who said the volume is low. All right, three people now. Hey, Robin Miners. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this and we're going to switch and you're going to give me a vote. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Kim is blue. Thank you, Kyla. I'm going to take the mic off and we're going to check that way, okay? So please pay attention. Testing, testing. This is with the mic. Alana said it's low too. I don't... Hang on. I just turned the mic up. Did that make a difference before I unplug this mic? Hey, hey, Charcoal Ninja, Tennessee girl. Kathy Burkhart says it's low. Hey, Pat Jonas, I just turned it all the way up. So tell me if that made a difference. Otherwise, I'm going to unplug. Okay, you guys are saying yes. Much better. Okay, so are we all good on the mic? Are we all in agreement? Hey, Debbie Zito, big difference. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize... I never ever use this thing and I don't probably know how to control it very well. And so that was my fault. That was on my end. What are you doing over there? Why don't you sit here, Punky? Wowee, girl. Okay, everybody says that's better. Okay, Joyce Drager, I apologize to you. I thought it was on your end because I figured if it's low, you turn it up. I didn't realize I had control over that. So is this nice and clear? Because otherwise we can switch back to no mic at all. Maybe I'm putting too much worry on this situation when I shouldn't be. Thank you, Denise LaFont. Okay, everybody says it's much better. All right, it was just 2 notches too, but I'm glad. I apologize for that. Hey, Angie Mo, thank you. Hey, Kim Leaf. All right. All I want to make sure is that you hear me okay and it's nice and clear. That's all I really care about. Thank you, Tammy. Thanks, Nancy Jane. Wow, guys, this is a weird... you say you like it. I got this in the Anthropologie sale when I was married to Jeff. So several years ago, I almost ordered it in black and white because it was in the sale again, like a couple months ago. But I never wear it. And I'm really trying to be conscious and mindful of stuff like this. So it's like a tunic dress. It's a dress, but it's short and it's enormous. Hey, Joel Sachs. Hey, Courtney Ann. It's like really boxy. I just rolled the sleeve up. It's like silky. Now, something I just noticed about it that's cool. Where is it? It has mermaids on it. I never noticed that before. Now I like it more. It has mermaids. And I like, of course, I love hearts. Hey, Renee B. So I agree. It's cool. Thank you. But I don't know that I'll ever wear it again. So I was, thank you, Cassie. I was at Southern Goods boutique for several hours today. I am getting rid of all the summer stuff. I marked everything down to half off. I'm kind of depressed about all the stuff I marked down to half off. However, hey, Tiffany Murfitt, I have to be honest. A little bit, Renee, a little bit. I'm a bit of an addict. I found that I was an addict. I should not say I'm currently an addict. I am way, way different than I used to be, but I don't know how many of you, thank you, Joel Sachs. I don't know how many of you realize this, but like fashion, clothing, accessories, bags, shoes, jewelry, you name it, those things have always been really, really important to me. And it's not on the level of how some people find it important, like because of the name. Some people like to collect stuff like that because it's a status symbol and they like to look a certain way. They want you to know they have a certain amount of money, things like that. That's not why I like fashion. I honestly prefer to shop at thrift stores. I love a good sale. I really don't can't think of hardly any piece or item that I own. Hey, Armine, that has the brand splattered all over it because I don't like that. That's immediately a turnoff for me. If like I never in my life liked, and no disrespect if you have one, but hey, Randy Pearson, those Coach bags like that have the C's all over them. I don't like that because I don't want to advertise for you, and not to mention everybody has one. You know, it was like kind of a thing for a long time, and I don't like to be a part of the group. I like to be different. I like to stand out. And so I went overboard though. Like I realized truly I had an addiction since it started probably when I was like when I got my apartment. So I was going to say like 19, early 20s. And now I find, and I've held on to everything. Like everything has you would advertise a Chanel bag? I don't know that I would. There are some Gucci bags I would definitely carry. I'm kind of a Gucci fan. I like vintage Gucci. Hey, Clara. Um, I just have a hard time with carrying something that everybody else has. It's not that I find it ugly or anything like that. It's just unoriginal to me. I like things where someone goes, "Oh my God, where did you get that?" Like that's my favorite thing is to see, like, I have no idea what the brand is or where they got it. That's kind of more my thing than like, "Oh, look, wow, the same bag that pretty much every woman who can afford that can carry." Again, vintage Chanel, sure. Like, I mean, I say this and I don't mean it as harsh as it sounds. I would carry some of those bags, but they would have to like Gucci. I love the red and white stripe. That's what draws me. I like stripes. It draws me to the Gucci bags. And there's some vintage ones and newer ones. There is an actual new one right now that's like a chocolate suede brown, and I saw it and I want it bad. Now, I've never owned anything like that. I mean, it's like $2,600. That's insane. To me, that's insane. Some of you may have one, but I've never had the money to drop thousands of dollars on a bag. It would be cool if I did. It'd be really cool, but I don't. Kate Spade, Kathy Burkhart. Yeah, Kate Spade, I'm very familiar with. She was from Kansas City, and that's where I lived most of my life. I've told you, Kate Spade scarves, honestly, are some of my favorite scarves I've ever owned. Not so much the bags. Same with Tory Burch. Like Tory Burch, some of her shoes, definitely her glasses I loved. Will not carry a Tory Burch bag. I had one and I sold it recently and it was really, really cute, but it's just not my style. Hey, Carolyn Peters. Thank you again. Bo ate one of his bones that you got him this morning. Thank you. And I also like smaller makers, if that makes sense. Like all the bags that I love to carry are mostly Claire V, and she got big, like everybody knows who she is now, but I carried Claire V before she even changed her name to Claire V. She used to be Claire Vivier, and I have probably 50, if I had to guess, over the last 20 years of her clutches and bags, and I love them, but and that's mainly what I carry. They're not cheap. They were handmade in LA, and I loved that. It was small business. She's gotten big and I don't buy her bags anymore for that reason. But all of her vintage, I have vintage Claire V's at this point. And I have a ton of them for sale in my booth. But anyway, I don't know why I'm rambling about this other than you got me thinking. I wasn't even going to talk about this. It wasn't even a topic in my mind. But since I've been going through for the last like 3 days, going through as much as I possibly can, tagging it, steaming it, cleaning it, all of that. Um, I will look at that in just a minute to the person who texted me. Hey, Lisa. Um, I realized that I have a problem or had a problem. I don't so much now. I'm really, really, really mindful now. But as I've been going through the clothes hey, Jennifer, the clothing that I'm currently putting up for sale in my booth, every single piece, I've either tried it on if I'm like, do I want to keep this? But I've held everything up. Tell me if you have like similar experience here, and I'm sure you do. When you go through your closet, I'm like holding things up and I'm like, gosh, I bought this like 4 years ago. Hey, Carolyn Unraveled. And I'm like, why did I buy this? And I remember it. I have attached an emotion to it. I know where I was. I was with Jeff. I was in this boutique in St. Louis or Seattle. And I'm like, why did I do that? It's not even something I like. It's not something I would wear. Some of it still has the tags. And this is embarrassing to admit, by the way, because I know that people will eat me alive for this, right? Because they eat me alive pretty much for anything I do. But I had a problem. I had a real problem. Like I'm looking at stuff that felt like yesterday. I remember where I was in St. Louis with Jeff. I stopped into this little boutique and I bought like so many items and I'm holding them up, looking at them today. And I'm like, I don't even like this. Like, did I like it at the time? Clearly not. I haven't even worn it. It's like, it's more, I had an addiction. It was like I think that there was this like weird, like I'm in another city and I can't come back here. So if I regret that I didn't buy it, so I should just buy it. Like it's this weird, like I think it's a dopamine hit. Like when I'm in a boutique and I'm like, I love everything in here. I want that. I want that. I don't do it anymore because honestly, I have a much smaller space to bring stuff home to, but it's not, yeah, Millie Grace, it's not even me. And now I find myself, you're going to sound crazy coming from me, but now I'm like, I want to get rid of everything I own, like sell as much as even the stuff I like. I want to get rid of it and start over. I want like a tiny wardrobe. I want like 30 pieces that I just rotate through. I have probably, I mean, when I moved here, I mainly moved clothes. Ask Tommy, it's almost all clothing and shoes. I went through so many tubs today of shoes. I said out loud by myself in the house, I said, I never need to buy another pair of shoes again. Like I own more shoes. Jeff used to call me Imelda or Amalga or whoever, Marcos, some lady that had a bunch of shoes. Could you have been trying to fill a void by shopping since your marriage to Jeff was tumultuous? Gail Graham, yes, for sure. But the problem is I can't really blame the marriage to Jeff because I had that problem before that. I actually have had a problem with things for as long as I can remember. And I know that sounds, I think Huxley's here. Well, that better be Huxley. Oh, okay, it's my dad. Never mind. Um, I know that sounds easy to judge. Like, oh, what a brat. Hey, Tracy. Like, oh, you have so much stuff. Good for you. Hey, Hope. No. Susan Trigg. It's almost like any other addiction. Yeah, it's filling a void. Hey, Tamber June. There's a tree outside of my window and my dad came over this morning and was checking on this tree and like trimming it and he's doing it again right now. My father loves plants and trees and even if it's not his or his property, he used to do this at my house in Omaha. He'd be like, "That's a Japanese maple. You better take good care of that." Like he's a farmer, so he loves and he knows all of his plants. I'm a farm girl, never dress up. I have my dresses for home and pants in public, nothing going on. I love your style. Thank you, Heidi. Hey, Nicole Hazelmiller. I used to, oh my God, I resonate with this so much. No, that's my stepdad. Chewini Love, I call him my dad because he's been with me forever. Susan Trigg, try restart or refreshing because I turned up my microphone and everybody said it made a big difference. I used to buy clothes like I was buying self-esteem. That's it. That I relate to so much, Barbara Waite. So while people can, of course, now he's trimming the tree. Um, Oh, it's Cheap Chick. Got a new iPad. Changed my name. Okay, Cheap Chick. Thank you for telling us. Hey, Be Wild. Thank you, Susan Trigg. Okay, I was worried for a minute there. It's a problem. It's not something to make fun of. It really is a problem. It's no different than like a food addiction. Some people fill their void and fill their emotions and buy their self-esteem by eating. I've done that too. Some people drink, some people do illegal substances, some people take pills. It was just a way. Hey, happy thoughts. Thank you for being here. Hey, it was truly a way of making myself feel better. And it looking back, it makes me realize so much that like so much of that was probably my unhappiness in Scientology. It was like a way to, I was buying happiness, smoking for sure. I was buying happiness. I was buying self-esteem. I didn't realize how much I hated myself and hated being a Scientologist until now that I've been out of it. I didn't realize it in it. It's kind of like a fish doesn't know it's in water. Fish don't they didn't discover water. Um so that was my way of it was accumulating things. And I love that, Lisa. Thank you, Kim is Blue. It was accumulating things to make me feel better. And then they were my things, right? So, like, I had pride in that. And then what would happen is I would go to work or go places and people would go, I love that outfit. Oh my God, I love that purse with that top. And that validated me. And so it almost made my addiction worse. I'm realizing this in real time, so I'm sorry I'm talking 100 miles an hour now because I had no intentions of talking about this at all, but it's actually quite shocking to me. Hey, Julie, it would make me want to accumulate more. The more people would go, you have an amazing like in Kansas City. I went out all the time, especially being married to Jeff. We went out to dinner, parties. I went and shopped all the time. I worked at a local store. I worked my corporate job. Like I was going out all the time. And that's why I have a ton of clothes. Thank you, Be Wild. And every time, I'm not kidding, I would get asked over the years, you don't style people, do you? Are you a personal stylist? Are like it was such a compliment to me when people would say that. Like it filled me with such joy because I find I've always wanted to be a stylist or an interior decorator. I find such joy in color and pops of fun and whimsy. And so I take great pride in that. It's not like I'm better than you or I'm trying to look so good because I want to be the best dressed. It's not any of that. I love doing the same thing. I love going out and going, I love this outfit. Tell me about it. I love that bracelet. Where'd you get it? I love it just as much to notice it in other people. I was just gonna say it's art, Chewini Love. To me, it's art. It's very, very much art. Yeah, so Kim is Blue. Yeah, Timber June. DNB, he's doing good. He's with Huxley. He's been with Hux and my dad have been together all day. Copper, I haven't seen you in forever. Welcome in. I hope you love your new glasses. Um, so going through this stuff is a little bit in weird ways painful because I'm looking at some of these things and I'm holding them up and I'm like I have a clear memory of every place I bought it, the conversation when I bought it, who I was with when I bought it. It's not like I'm like, where did I get this? I'm every single thing as a story and I'm going through every story. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember when I bought that with Jeff in Seattle. Oh my God, I got that in Charleston. I remember that. I remember the lady in that store was so weird and was hitting on Jeff. And then I'm like, oh my God, I bought that in that Nordstrom, that giant Nordstrom in Seattle. I remember the girl that sold it to me. Every single thing has its, for me, always has a story attached to it. And I remember all of it. Hey, Susie with an S, and some of it hurts and some of it's like really fun. And I'm like, oh, I'll never forget that woman. She was hilarious, right? But the problem is stuff really accumulates. And now I'm looking and it's almost like an intervention in a weird way because I haven't gone through this stuff. It's been in boxes for a couple of years now. It's just your brother. Okay. Oh, Susie, I'm sorry to hear that. Come here, Bo. Come show us your baby. Oh, that's important. Is that Walter? Yes. Oh, he's so nice. He wants everybody to see his baby. So it's almost like an intervention. Yeah, Susie, of course. It's almost like an intervention with myself because I haven't seen this stuff in years and I'm going through it and I'm holding it up and there's some emotional feeling attached to all of it. And I'm like, I get really, I feel a little bit like there's no one to be upset with except myself. But I'm like, man, I really wasted a lot of money, a lot of time, trying to fix a problem with buying things, owning things, right? And again, this is a little touchy for me. I didn't expect to talk about this, but it's a little embarrassing because I could see a lot of people being judgmental about this problem, right? I could see a lot of people being like, "Oh, well, at least you have this." Like, I'm not trying to brag here. This is embarrassing, right? It's a problem and I don't see it. This is kind of like we talked about yesterday with mental health. It's similar. It's something I'm trying to fix physically, but it's a mental problem. But also, this is truly to me no different than fixing your problems with, like we said, smoking, eating, fighting, doing something illegal. Like everybody fills it with something. Renee B, that was such a weird comment. I don't think she meant anything by it. And I think that's someone who watches our channel, but it was still strange. Yeah, it was weird. Kim is blue. I was thinking that today, how incredibly grateful I am to have this booth. Because so I went and yeah, endorphins, you get yours from shopping. Copper, totally true. And I know it's easy to judge that, but for the people who are, well, forget it. Doesn't matter. I'm not here to correct or try to change the minds of anybody, to be honest. I don't want to waste time on that. But it truly is filling. And I had a lot of things to fill, to be clear with you guys, like 10, 20 years ago. I did not realize I had so many problems when I was a Scientologist. I have problems now, but my problems in Scientology were very different. I was super, super controlled and I did not get to make a lot of my own choices. So I think by being able to like paint up my wardrobe and do whatever I want and splash any color and put on jewelry, Scientology doesn't control that, but they control everything else. And I think that I was in a much more painful, agonizing. Huxley, are you okay? I'm just checking. I haven't seen you since this morning. What? Okay. It was a really nice day today. That's okay. The tree looks great. Thanks for trimming it. Um, I guess this is a weird topic, man. I did not expect to have this topic. And it was my way of having, that is such a validating thing. Alicia, thank you. It's my way of having control in my life and the things around me. Hey, Vicky Andrews. Thank you, Alicia. That feels very correct for me too. Hey, Decultified. It's okay. I'm just glad you're here. I have ADHD and I get that instant gratification from buying clothes. I have to control myself in a big way. Well, hey, thank you for admitting that, Happy Thoughts. It makes me feel less alone about it, in all seriousness. Um, but now I feel almost cured, which I know no one's really cured. Me too, D. But I feel cured from that problem. I can't wait to talk about this in therapy this week. Hey, Catherine J. Hey, Anne. Anne says, I think we've all done this. The unnecessary shopping for many reasons. You're so self-observant, Reese. When we recognize it, it starts to reduce. Anne, I love you and thank you. And it is a great topic. I think we all have struggles. Well, here's the thing. Thank you, Carolyn Peters. Guys, thank you for being so kind about this because it's just, this is not something, I kind of enjoy these streams the most because usually I go into a stream thinking I'm going to bring that up. I want to bring this up. And then it'll just organically grow from there. This, I had no intention other than to tell you what I was doing today with putting my stuff in my booth. But to be honest, it's more of an emotionally deep thing than just the booth. Yeah, Copper. But I think now I don't have that problem anymore. And I'm super, super, super mindful when I buy things. Do I still shop? Yeah, not as much anymore because I have to drive pretty far to go anywhere to shop. I mean, Southern Goods, I don't shop there as much as I used to, unless like I got this ring there a week ago and I like it. It's mother of pearl. But like I don't really buy clothes hardly at all anymore because I don't need any. I think this is really pretty. I love the different pinkish colors in it. Um, and I love supporting them. But in order for me to actually, like, it's not like access like Kansas City. In Kansas City, I could jump in my car and go see any boutique and the owners, I knew them and I loved going and bouncing around town. I'd take a Saturday and go here, 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 and here. I don't do that ever here. I shopped when the ladies came and surprised me for my birthday. And that was the first time I've actually shopped. Oh, you did, Angie Mo? I love this ring. That was the first time I actually had shopped in a long time. And I felt good about my purchases because I was super mindful of it. Thanks, Heather. Um, and that's what I mean. If I go shopping now, I definitely pretty much avoid clothing at all, unless it's something I have to have. Clothes are also stupid expensive, and I have boatloads. I have oodles of clothes. But now I will flock toward pretty much my favorite thing to shop for now is jewelry. Because of what I do here, I like something that pops. And I, without thinking about it, I use my hands a lot. I like jewelry and things that I can use when I'm streaming because then I can see it too and enjoy it. But yeah, Kim, but I just find myself feeling more healed from that. Maybe not cured, healed from that. Like I know this is really kind of almost emotional for me and I'm glad this is happening while we're live. I don't I don't I feel like I was having to like almost prove something to myself. Hey Gemini girl, when I was married to Jeff and when I was a Scientologist, this is weird. I'm realizing this in real time and it's making me emotional. I think that I one of my favorite memories of like chunk of my favorite memories, I'd love that Chicago Jane was becoming good friends with local store owners in Kansas City. This is way before I ever had a YouTube channel. This was one of my favorite things to do. Either the owner or the people that worked there. And I would, hey, Jenny Jin Jin. And I would go into those stores. And it wasn't always the owner. Sometimes I never met the owner, but I would meet like two or three of the ladies that were always there. And hey, teacher, mama life. And those, hey, Lenore Gray, Jeff used to make fun of me for this. It was way before I ever met Jeff, but Jeff discovered it, like called it. And when I first met him and we started dating and he got to meet all the people, he would go with me and I'd go, oh, hey, this is Christy. And I'd be like, this is Joni. And I would introduce everybody at every store I'd shop at. And Jeff started to, here's to healing. Thank you, Nancy. Here is to healing. Here, here. Thank you for the super chat and for listening. Jeff started to make his own little joke about it. And he would go, Reese doesn't have any real friends, which was true. He would say all of her friends are people who she goes to shop in the stores. And it kind of was funny, but it also hurt my feelings because it was true. And I wouldn't connect to real friends. I would wake up on some Saturday morning and go, oh my God, I can't wait to go see Denise at Von Mar. Or I'd be like, let's go down and see Pam. Let's go see Abby. There was a really cute girl named Izzy that worked at a store that I loved. And I'd be like, let's go see Izzy today. And that was like, it's almost the same as like an older person when I worked in, not senior living, but when I worked for ophthalmologists, when they'd come in for cataract surgery, pre-op visits, you know how older people come in for doctor's appointments. It's like the first socialization they've had in a while. So they're there and they talk. It was my favorite thing. I loved it. The doctors would get pissed at me because they'd be like, move it along, Reese, you're taking too long. And I'd be like, I can't help it. I want to talk to her. She's excited to be here. I was the same way. Like I would get up and I didn't have any real friends, right? So I'd be like, let's go see Izzy at Clairvaux. And he'd go with me, right? Or I did it here. Remember I made friends at Sephora? Like I find people who work places and I connect with them and I want to go shop with them, but it's not real. They work there, right? Like they wouldn't hang out with me in real life. But Jeff used to really make fun of that, like in front of his friends. He'd be like, "Oh, Reese has a ton of friends. They work in stores that she likes to shop at." And he said that he made this story up that I remember seeing it. Jeff was really into theater, and I had never been to a theater, and I saw Hello Dolly, I think it's called. I don't remember it very well, but I enjoyed it. I just don't remember it very well. It was 3 hours long, and I just don't remember the whole story. But he used to say, my maiden name is Wally, like my dad, Gene Wally. Hey, Joan Marie. And Jeff used to always make up this stupid story. And he said, hey, Jen Finberg. He would go, Reese walks into a store, and I guess it's the Hello Dolly song. And I kind of remember it, but he said that I would walk into a store and he goes, and they roll out the red carpet and they go, hello, Wally. Like, it's so nice to have you back with us again, or something like that. I don't know the lyrics to the song, but that's what he used to sing. And yes, it's lighthearted and it's kind of a cute story, but I think it's not really Jeff, it's me. He was right. And that was my way. That was like my happy was going and seeing Izzy or going to see Pam and Amber who worked for Pam. And um he would mock it, obviously, and I'm sure a lot of people would, but that was my form of connection. And then bonus, like I'd find a necklace, right? Or I'd pick out a really cute sweater for fall or a lot of things, right? Like I would go find a lot of things. And now that I look back, I realize what an addiction it truly was. And it started way before Jeff. Like this started when I had my own apartment, when I was 19, right? Right, Mrs. Patty Cake. Um, like I met Pam is a store owner. You guys met Pam. I think I streamed. She's a big deal in Kansas City. She's amazing. I love her so much. And she owns a couple of really cool stores in Brookside that she's owned forever. And I've known Pam since probably I was 19. And so I shopped until I was 40 there. And hey, baby angel, it's really good to see you. And so there was also meaning in it for me that way that like I could go down and see Pam and I really knew Pam. Like became a habit. It was, it was something I could rely on. And I realized that I'm embarrassed to admit this because I just realized it. Hey, Patty, I realized that that was probably like an escape. That was probably like my way of like feeling like happy, like real, a little bit of real, because otherwise I was going to the org, the Scientology org. And hey, Crafty Carrie, that really became a big part of my life was going to see it's so stupid looking back. It's embarrassing. Like I would feel like it was necessary. Yeah, it's probably loneliness, but I think it was like that was my friends for years. I didn't have any real friends. My friendships were let's get up and go see Izzy at Clairvaux. Let's go see Joni at Clairvaux. Like that's a little bit embarrassing looking at it in that way because those probably people didn't give a shit about me. Not that they should. I'm not mad at them for that. They were doing their job. But it's like thinking the stripper likes you. It's probably like what similar to. Like I think that was my way though of getting some sort of form of like balance and normalcy in my life because my life was Scientology. And the people in my life, hey Jen Pookie, were certainly Scientology. Um Thank you, Debbie. I guess I'm embarrassed because this is something I've never looked at it this way. This is very opening, eye opening for me. It must have needed to happen this way because I have never considered it this way. I mean, it makes sense that I would start seeing it was definitely a coping mechanism. Hey, Robin, hey Riley's human. I think going through this stuff that I hadn't seen in years. Yeah, Heather, just brought back all these memories today and yesterday and the day before. I've been doing it for the last few days, like trying to mark stuff down at the store and then coming here and going, hey, avocado professor. And then going through all this stuff and like opening boxes I haven't seen in a long time. I'm like, oh my God, I remember when I bought that. Oh my God, I remember when I got that. Huxley was 5, right? So it's just brought back a lot of memories. Hey, thank you, Vicky. I did what I needed to do to keep myself sane. Well, it certainly helped keep me balanced, I think, to kind of get out of the cage for a minute. Is kind of how I look at that. Like it was a sense of normalcy for me because everybody else was a bot. Everybody else in my life, the majority of my life at that time was Scientology. Whether, you want to believe Aaron or not, that's the truth. Sadly, he wasn't there. I was. But hey, Cindy Swizz, hey, driving fan, that point, that good, like, when I reconnected in Scientology when I was about 19, hey, Abdazzle, up till I was 38. So those 2 decades were big for me in Scientology. I was really, why? Because I'd say the biggest part of that was my in-laws, right? Like I made a major connection. And even after I divorced Michael, we were married for 9 years. But when I divorced him, we all still stayed as a family. We all still went out to dinner every Friday and Sunday night. We all still met at Starbucks a lot, or we would, hey, Asterix, we just all stayed very tightly in our Scientology bubble. And so thanks, Abdazzle. I was listening to it all day today. I love that song. I always have. And also that song means a lot to me because it always makes me think of Scientologists, like SPs. All in all, we're just like you. I always think that. I'm like, all in all, we're just like you. Like I find myself trying all the time to connect with people in the real world. And that's what I want to say is like, all in all, I'm just like you, but I'm not. And I try. And I feel like I'm a robot sometimes walking around and people are like, you're not real. No, Mother Revenge. But I think that a lot, Abdaz, I'm like, all in all, we're just like you. We try to be anyway. You didn't have to follow Scientology rules in front of your retail friends. It felt like freedom. It did. It really, really felt like freedom to me, big time. And so for a minute, it's like I got to leave the cage. I got to be probably more myself, like how I am right now. I got to be jokey and silly and just kind of be more, I wasn't being watched. I wasn't going to get written up by anyone. And I wasn't going to get forced to read and word clear jokers and degraders because I really like to be silly. I like to make people laugh more than anything. It's my favorite thing. And I love to laugh. And in Scientology, that's okay to a certain extent, as long as it's approved by everyone in the group. When you start to get like dark in your humor, which I tend to, hey, Teresa, I would get forced to read over and over a reference by LRH called Jokers and Degraders, and I would get in trouble for it. So I think going and being in that environment where I could go, Izzy, hey girl, show me what you got that's new. and walk out with a new, like I said, necklace or something, it was like triple, quadruple dopamine hit before I had to go back, right? Like before I had to go be in that life again. Um, Teresa says, I can relate to this a lot. When I lived in San Francisco, I would walk around to say hello to the boutique owners, workers that I knew. I had friends. I still was feeling an emptiness with buying for sure. Yeah, I'm actually really glad to hear that a lot of you get that. Newsflash, Reese likes to be silly. I do like to be silly. And I just could never fully be myself as a Scientologist. And I love art. I love whimsy, like, right? Like I love unique and eclectic, and I just, that's my thing. I love nothing more really than going to a thrift store or an antique store, because you never know what you're going to find, and it's just fun. I don't do it as much anymore because I have a tiny home. And I'll be honest, it's not like my house in Kansas City. I don't care about this space as much. It's not mine. I don't own it, and I don't love it. Like someday, a goal of mine is to buy a house again, or at least rent somewhere in a place that I love and be able to decorate it and make it my own. I don't feel that way in this environment. And all my stuff is in boxes. I'd love to see it all again sometime, like I did today. So, um, this is interesting, and I cannot wait to talk to my therapist about this because, yeah, I really like creativity. Kim is blue. That's why I love Iris Apfel. It's not the brands. Some of the brands are really cool. I'd love to own some pieces from, but it's this, it's the color. Hey, Anna Banana, it's the whimsy, it's the fun that, and how you style it, kind of a thing. I don't care how much you paid for it or where you got it. Um, but I do feel it's definitely hope. It's a coping mechanism. Hey, Don Pariso. And I think it stems back to when I was young. I was telling Tommy this the other day. I know Patty F, they don't have an online store. I totally want money. Don't get me wrong. Money is, we all want enough money to be comfortable with, of course, right? Like everybody wants to be able to pay their bills and not be super tight and all of that. No, Chweenie love, but I never have been like super money motivated because I think of my father. Like when I was little, my dad has my, and now my dad is still a Scientologist. He's given millions of dollars to Scientology. My dad always had money. He always threw it around. And when I was around him, he hustled pool, but he also owned his own business, and he had cash all the time, like wads, big rolls of $100 bills. Hey, Lady Jane. So it's, I didn't like, thank you, Dawn. I didn't grow up, I would say, poor at all. Like he always rubbed money in my face. And I think I told you guys this many times, but I wanted to go to Target once when I was in like junior high. And I was like, I want to go to Target. I asked my dad for money to go shopping at Target to get some jeans. And he was like, we don't buy clothes at Target. He was like, no, I'm not taking you to Target. He took me to like a Dillard's in Omaha. It was called Yonkers. They had a Yonkers, but he took me to like a department store. And of course, like I had Girbaud jeans, and like I didn't really care, but he cared way more than I did. My dad was always wearing like, my dad was a very nice dresser, cheesy, like Steven Seagal in the 80s. He wore like silk button down shirts and like gold chains. It's really super cheese-tastic, but it was for its time, probably looked like everybody else. But my dad really cared about what he looked like. And whenever we would go somewhere, he was such a dick swinger. Like I've never been turned, like I never looked at his money wad, and I was never like salivating at that. It just, I think because I was exposed to money, I was like, okay, I don't chase it. I don't care about it that much. I've always loved buying the things I want to buy, but I don't like, I don't know. I just remember my dad being like, and like pulling back his $100 bills and like this giant wad. Hey, Marianne. And I was like 8 years old. And I'm like, hey, Jeannie. I'm like, I don't care. At the time, I didn't even care. I just remember wanting things. I loved Doc Martens at the time. And so, of course, I had like 10 pairs, right? Like all I had to say to my dad was like, I love these and I want this. And if it was something he approved of, he'd hand me like $400 and be like, go get it. It's fine. It was his way of feeling, I think, accomplished and cool. And he's still that way to this day, right? Like he has given millions of dollars. Like my dad's way of making a point, right, is dick swinging, like a lot of people do with status symbols. You know, he had nice cars. He was a dick swinger. A lot of people are like that. I like nice things because I'm attracted to them, not because of what it means. My dad's name is Gene Wally, Genie in Scientology. I like nice things. I love expensive things. I absolutely love expensive. I'll be the first to admit that. I also love thrift stores, but I love expensive things if it's something I love. If it's a nice piece of jewelry, like of course I do. I love quality things. I don't know why I'm rambling here other than I've gone through life now realizing I'm 42 going through all this stuff going this is just stuff and I've attached it's not the stuff I've attached an emotion to all of it. And all of it is so meaningful to me. I mean, everything I went through today, I literally held up and I was like, oh, I remember laughing with Izzy when I bought this at Clairvaux on that one Saturday. And then we went to that French restaurant, Taylor's, after, and we saw Darren, who was the host, who we loved, who passed away a couple years ago of cancer. Like, those are my memories. I'm like, they're very specific. Hey, Alicia Johnson. Thanks, Marianne. And so money doesn't annoy me at all. Hey, wine, I love money, but I don't chase it. It's not like the end all be all for me. And I also have just had this mindset in my life. Hey, Susan again, that like if I need money, I will make money. It's never been this like scarcity to me. I've never been like, oh my God, we don't have any money. Like, yeah, I've been broke as shit. Don't get me wrong. When I had my own apartment, I had to work 2 jobs. I remember working around the clock to pay my bills, pay my car payment. I think I told you guys my first car I bought, I didn't want a cosigner and I paid either 24, I think it was 27 though, 27% interest. Just because I wanted to be the only person on the loan. Um, no, I didn't go to lunch with Izzy. It was Jeff. I went to Taylor's with Jeff at a French restaurant after I would stop and shop at Clairvaux. But I guess I just have always felt like if I need to make money, like the money isn't scarce. The universe isn't on a budget. Like I've always kind of thought like if you need money, you make money. It's just how I feel about that. I don't know that I'm right or wrong. It's just kind of one of those things. But I have definitely been where I'm like, fuck, I don't have any money. I've had to ask my stepdad for money, like way in my early 20s because I didn't have any money. I borrowed a loan from him. But I'm not one of those people where it's like money, 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 money. I have to have money. Now, all of my haters would tell you that, right? Like I am the biggest grifter. I'm the richest YouTuber. I make $700,000 a year doing this. It's all bullshit. Of course, they lie all the time. Exactly, Vicky Hurley. But now that I'm going through this stuff, I'm looking at it and it's just simply that. It's like the memory and the emotion attached to it is more important to me than the actual thing. So now I'm looking at the actual thing and I'm like, boy, I put so much value on this sweater, but it wasn't the sweater. It was the interaction with Joni over at Clairvaux, who was the owner at the one, and she had 2 locations, and she was at the Hawthorne location that day out on 119th and Row in Overland Park when I went and bought that. And I remember standing there talking with her forever, right? And her husband and her life. And I remember buying the sweater, but it's like I attached the sweater to the connection with her. If that makes any sense. Like it's not the sweater. And so now I'm holding the sweater up and I'm like, this thing's fucking ugly. I don't even like it. It's because I think I was more addicted to the connection. I needed to go see people that I could connect with. Scientologists, hey, Holly Bird, I never connected with my people in Scientology. Of course, I forced it. And of course, Brenda, my mother-in-law, was my closest friend. But it still wasn't enough to fill the void. So I would go and I'm glad you did, Holly Bird. I would go and fill that void with actual connections that I wanted to make with people. Oh, I wish I was loaded, Joan Marie. Take care of a lot of my fucking debt. Yeah, Kim is Blue. It does. It makes a lot of sense. It's making sense to me in real time just as much as it is to you. I'd never realized this until now. This is not something I planned on talking about today. Not something I planned on talking about at all. But thank you, Lisa. But it's so, I cannot wait to have this therapy conversation because it is so, I sometimes feel like it's hard to explain things to you guys because it's just too hard. I can't explain what it was like for me in Scientology versus the real world. Now I live in the real world, and boy, oh boy, is it a different world. Being a Scientologist versus being a non Scientologist is absolutely fucking mind blowing. The freedom that I have now has set me free. I know that sounded redundant, but it has set me free. I don't feel chained. I used to leave the cage to go experience those things and spend that money and buy shit to get a dopamine hit just for a tiny amount of time. So I had to go back to the cage. I'm out of the cage. So I don't need to go shop anymore. Only if I feel like it, if it's mindful and I want to, or if I'm like, I actually need something for this and I'll go look for something. But now I don't need an outlet anymore, Kim. And that's why I think at first, when I first moved here 2 years ago, guys, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of nice. The other night we heard police sirens. You all heard it probably for the second time in 2 years. You never hear city life here. You never hear those kinds of noises. It's pure peace. I'm in the middle of nowhere. And there's goods and bads to that. There's pros and cons, but in the beginning, I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to adjust to this because I'm used to the city and hopping in my car and being like, let's go see Pam. Let's go see Amber. I want to go see Jenny. Right? Like, hey, Sigrid. I love it too for that reason, Sigrid. Thank you. And so now, yeah, Sophia, I don't have those addictions. They've broken. I don't have them. I don't feel like I need to go see somebody. I have to wake up this morning and go do this. I am at peace being in my home, going through my stuff to get rid of it all. Now I'm going the opposite route. I want to get rid of things. Yeah, it's seeing the stars at night, and it's a little bit overrated. It's amazing, but there's also scary ass spiders and bugs. So like sometimes at night I'll like open the back door and pop my head out really quick and look. But the second I go out there and I try to look at the stars, I'm like, wow. And they're like, oh my God, it's touching me. What is it? And I run inside. It's like stepping into the ocean. You're like, what is that? Something just touched my leg. Will you take us to see your booth once it gets ready for fall? If you'd like to, yeah, Kim is Blue. I'd be happy to. But this is wild. This is just a wild, it's just taking a lot for me to process it. But I also think when I would say the most of that was when I was with Jeff. The most that addiction hit and I had to fill that void, it was like a nonstop thing. And by the way, I love people who are like, poor Jeff, he had to pay for all that. No, he did not. As a matter of fact, I had way more money than Jeff because I sold my house that I owned for 10 years and I made pretty good money on it. I furnished our new house. I put the down payment on our new house. My car was paid off. I had no debt. So I had money to shop until I didn't. But all of that was my money. But when I was with Jeff, I would say that I was the most unhappy and like filling that void. And I think he also was a bit of an enabler because Jeff was all about optics. Jeff he was like my father. Ooh, that's weird. Jeff was in crazy debt. He was so much like my dad with the money that he would go into some of these boutiques and he would have to look like my dad. This is weird. The similarities are weird, what I'm saying right now. He would pick up his silver platinum Amex, right, that weighs 10 pounds, and he'd throw it down on the cash register and he'd go, her money's no good here. Spend whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, Richard Gere, that would be cool if this were real, but like you're in mountains of debt, like Catherine just said. So it wasn't quite the same thing. However, the few times that he did do that in the beginning, he did that in the beginning, right? When he was kind of more into me. But yeah, all about status with Jeff. So Jeff would be like, spend away, right? Yeah, it was so douchebaggy. It was so awful. It was embarrassing. He did it less and less, right? As we were together. I feel like I have damn eyelash hitting my contact. Um, Me too, Chicago Jane. I sometimes go out back and there's just deer standing there and it's amazing. I love where I live, but I don't want to stay here forever. I'd like to move somewhere where there's ocean. Hey, Wisconsin Barb. So I think that 5 years I was with Jeff, it was worse. It got worse because he'd be like, let's go to the French place and let's go here. Jeff was very, again, like hoity-toity, like a man about town, and everybody knew him, and you just thought he was such a badass. And you guys know that the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened was we would go to the nice restaurants in Kansas City, and he'd be like, reservation under the chillest. I mean, so embarrassing. It's like hard to recover from. I don't think I'm going to come back from that. I'm actually really glad I left Kansas City for that reason because I don't want to be caught. Like I don't want to go somewhere divorced from him and people be like, "Hey, were you married to that guy in the cellist?" And I'd be like, "No, no, I get that a lot though. I don't know this woman. Who is this cellist man?" But it really kicked into high gear when I was with Jeff. And this is not blaming anybody but me. This isn't Jeff's fault. I had this addiction. Um yeah, original Anne. I had this addiction before Jeff and he just happened to be with me during this addiction as it was like the high point of the addiction. But it's wild now because I don't have it anymore. I don't feel it anymore. I do not have that void to fill anymore. I am free. I am out of the cage. I don't have to do it. So when I shop very differently. I do not just throw shit in my cart or I do not just go, oh my God, I love that. Oh, I love that color. Give it to me. Like I used to do that. I wouldn't even sometimes I wouldn't even try stuff on. I'd be like, oh no, I know I love it. And there it is with tags from 7 years ago. Like it's Donna Cooper. Yeah, it's none of it's real, Jeannie. And so while I'm grateful for the things I have, for instance, this cute anthro dress, right? Like there's things I've found where I'm like, oh, that is cute. And I'd like to restyle a lot of it. It just seems like it's such a period of sadness, right? Like I'm sure all of you can relate to that in some way, like some addiction you might have had where it's like, hey, Sarah from Cali. That could be very true. Sarah, I'm going to blow my nose real quick, guys. Hold on. I would say that's true. I probably got like a big energy boost when I would shop. Yeah. Mhm. Hey, Abigail. No, you don't need to. Um, yeah, Vicky Andrews. I mean, it's not that I feel thank you, Sarah. It's not that I feel bad. I'm a little bit embarrassed to talk about this, but it's not the end of the world. There's some things I admit here where I'll pay for it later, and this is probably one of those things. It reminds you of that empty feeling, and you feel sad for that, Reese. I get that a lot. Yes, Meredith, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so now it's like I'm looking, hey, just as I am, and now I'm looking at the aftermath, right, of all of my addiction, of all of my choices. So I'm going through these boxes now that I haven't seen this shit in a while, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so overwhelmed. I don't want this stuff anymore. I don't need it anymore. It doesn't fill me anymore. Like I took my whole car was full today of clothes and a bunch of them I was hanging on hangers and putting on the rack there in my booth. And I was like, I love this still, but it's almost like I don't want to look at it anymore. It's like a reminder. Hey, gracefulness. Does that make sense? Like I put a lot of stuff, I tagged a lot of stuff to sell today where I was like, why am I selling this? I love this piece, but it's like, I don't want it anymore. I'll get something new. Like make the money. I would rather make the money. I'm really trying to save my money right now. And I'm like, just, I'd rather make the money. And then one day you'll find something even better that will replace that was not a part of that time in your life, if that makes sense. And then you'll be more mindful of the new piece and you'll go, I bought this because I sold all my stuff and I had the money to do it and I got a new piece. Like, I don't need anything anyway. But yeah, it's not me anymore. I'm not that character anymore. Sophie, I don't have that life anymore and I attach those things to that sadness, that need. The only reason I own it, even if I love it, is because I was sad and I had to go out and buy shit and go connect with people who worked in stores. I can only imagine. Me too, Susie CJ. Thank you for being here. I can only imagine what those ladies thought. Honestly, I wonder if to this day some of them think back and go, God, she was weird. Like she came in and hung around. Like I always shopped. I didn't just like sit and buy nothing. I always bought a bunch of shit. Um, but I wonder now, like looking back, if they're like, she was so lonely. Like she came in, I think she thought we were like her family. Hey, Marie Marion. Yeah, Debbie. I buy things when I'm sad too. Well, thank you for telling us that, Gracefulness 5. It's just such a realization that it's like I want to get rid of all of it and I would prefer to make some money on it. Um yeah, that's what I was saying, Robin. Hey, Sherry Hicks. I'd like to make some money on that stuff and let it go. Like it's like a ritual. I kind of want to say goodbye to all of those things. I'd like to get rid of it all. If when, not if, I'm going to move again. At some point I'm going to move. It won't be until Huxley of course graduates high school and depending on where he goes to college. But I am not going to stay here. And I've decided in the last month or two that wherever I move, I'm pretty much going to get rid of everything. And I regret bringing everything with me now. Like it cost me so much to move from another state that it would have been smarter to take all the money it costs to just find a place here like I did and buy all new stuff and leave it all behind. And so that's what I'm going to do when I do end up moving. Yeah, Jen, I'm going to get rid of I mean, there will be a few choice things that I'm like, I want that. I don't want to leave it. But I will have a very small amount of things to move when I move again because I just kind of want to start my life over. I just kind of don't want to have any of the memories of things because that's just what it is. It's like the memory is heavier and it's hard, Kim is blue, because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. The memory is heavier. Like I might love something like I did today. I got rid of things I didn't want to get rid of, but I'm like, I'd rather just start fresh. I would rather just get something new. Will I move to Ecuador? Happy thoughts? Though I go back and forth on this, but I'm pretty solid in this decision. I will get like a visa. I'll get my visa to move or to be there, but I will never live there full time. No. I love it, but there's too much here. Of course I have Huxley, right? But there's too much America wise that I love. The conveniences of America is Ecuador is very much a developing country and it's beautiful and I love it there, but I don't think I would be happy there 12 months out of the year. No way. I know I wouldn't be. I will probably like once I'm stabilized and get rid of all my stuff and I'm actually able to do it. I probably will live there 6 to 8 months maybe out of the year and live 6 to 8 months or 6 months here. I'll probably just do year after year. I'll just make a decision. Like maybe some years I'll be there 9 months. Some years I'll be there 4 months. I don't know, but I really could not be away from America full time. I know Tommy and Johnny love it. They don't want to come back. Like they don't want to be in America. They like Ecuador more. I think that's good for them, but I really love it here. Like I really love just different parts of America and I'd like to possibly live in like have a home in Florida is what I'm thinking. and then flying from Florida to Ecuador. That's what I do anyway. I fly out of Miami, 4 hours, no big deal. Can you get a small apartment and go back and forth? Ewa, that's what I mean, that's the goal. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. That's easier said than done. And obviously, Huxley is the top priority. So it will all depend on him. It will all depend on him being graduated from school and getting him stabilized and into a college if that's what he wants to do, or a trade school. I'm not going to make any decisions until Huxley is stabilized and I'm able to help him with that, if that makes sense. That's the reason I don't live there now or go there now. Like, Huxley obviously takes top priority there, as he should. Thank you, Hollybird. I love Salinas where I go, but yeah, I would like to check out. It's a long ways from Salinas, but I'd love to check out Quito. Maybe just Quito. Thank you, Gracefulness. I started over because I was late. Jeff was a hateful, unhappy man. I'm sorry for his horrible words to you. Riley's human. I appreciate that. I think it was his way of being funny. Hey, Bo Beats. Lumen, yes. I think Jeff thought that he was funny in a lot of ways. I was going to say Cuenca, but Tommy doesn't ever want to go to Cuenca. So I'm not going to go to Cuenca. I'm not going to go anywhere in Ecuador without him. So, Cuenca apparently is like basically America and Ecuador. It's like the capital of expats. They have Walmarts there. Like, it's totally America. And I don't want to go to that either. I'm not into that. The reason I love Ecuador is because it's nothing like America and you don't see a lot of Americans and there's no access to Walmart. That's why I like it. I don't want to move somewhere where it reminds me of America. And honestly, hey, Brock, I like the language barrier. I like not seeing a bunch of Americans walking around. It's nice. It's so freeing to go there because everyone stays out of your business. And hey, Buff, and no one cares. No one's interested in you. No one's judging you. Everybody just does their own thing and they speak a different language. And hey, Linda. So that's why I like it. That's why Tommy and Johnny like it. I don't want to go somewhere where it's like, oh, wow, it's just a sea of Americans and it's all the same thing. Hey, Nicola, I just don't love that. I like it for the difference. It's very, very, very different. Yeah, well, Puka Vista, if you go, tell me. Susie, sweetheart, everyone has their voids. I admire how you're choosing healthy ways to fill them. Your growth enlightens you to the real issues. Send you all my love. Susie, that's very kind. And I'm sorry that you're not having a great day, babe. Makes me sad. But thank you for your super chat. Thank you for saying that. Hey, Pillow Sham, welcome over. Hey, Linz. And you're right. And that's why, I talked yesterday about mental health as much as I don't know about it. For any asshole out there who's like, you know, judging over that, or, they think they have it all together. They don't have mental health problems, or they don't have a void to fill. You're lying to yourself, and we don't have time for that. Yes, Bo Beats. And so I appreciate you saying that because everybody does have a void. Everybody does. It's just kind of a human thing, I think. And people fill it in whatever way they do, right? Some people beat their wives on the side, right? Some people have a side chick or a side man. It's not always healthy. Usually it's not at all, but like everybody does something. Everybody does something. I know that I have, hey, Helen Baker, I have experienced it in the form of food, right? Like food gives me a dopamine hit too. Not as much anymore as it used to, but like in my earlier life, yeah, like I really, really loved food. I still do. Like I said, if I go to the city, like I have to go this week to Costco, better believe I'm going to probably seek out Chipotle. Like I get excited when I'm in the city and I'm like, oh shit, I got to get some Chipotle, right? But everybody rushes to something that gives them some kind of a dopamine hit. Maybe it's cocaine. Maybe it's gambling. Could be alcohol, right? Could be anything. Hey, OG Gaslit. So I appreciate you, Susie CJ. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for your super chat and just normalizing it because people love to judge without finding out any of the details. And so I appreciate you saying that. Maybe it's a buy one get one Haagen-Dazs at Publix. Kim is blue. Don't think I didn't take advantage of that because if you do think that, you're crazy right now. I'll tell you. Um, Boy, that is really interesting. I would like to talk more about that after I have a therapy session about it this week. I think I have therapy on Thursday, maybe Wednesday. I can't remember. I'll have to look at my calendar. But I really look forward to talking about that with my therapist because that was a real eye opener today. The actual thing I wanted to show you, I had no intentions of going into that. I did not know we were going to go into that. And I'm grateful I have this booth because I do need to get rid of a lot of stuff. I can't put furniture in it. And I want to get rid of furniture. Hey, Jenny D, but I'm grateful. Yeah, Kim, that I have this booth to at least eliminate stuff. I think about it and I'm like, I'm marking stuff down to like $6 and it's got tags on it from Anthropologie. I don't give a shit. It's a win for me because I don't have to bring it back, right? I'm trying to just sell it. It's also perfect because it's not like Poshmark where then I have to box it up. I have to go take it to the post office. Like none of that. I'm like, just put it in your car, go put it on a hanger and sell this shit. I don't even care if someone wants it for $5. Like just please take it off my hands and I'm happy to make a few bucks on it. I don't care. But the real thing I wanted to talk about today, and I'm glad we went into that because it was really telling. It was really, really helpful. I want to play this for you. We play whoops, wrong thing. This guy, remember I played a reel from this guy the other day and he's all tattooed up and he's just some really cool dad. He was so sweet to his daughter. And if you remember, we did a stream on it. It was like a quick reel of him saying like he was teaching his little girl who looks like she might be like 9, 10, I'm not sure, but he was teaching her not to apologize for just existing. Like don't apologize for things like if you actually hurt someone, then it's appropriate to apologize, but don't apologize for being yourself. Don't make yourself small. Don't apologize for existing in any situation. I thought that was such a beautiful talk. And so, me too, Heather Huckleberry. Well, just came across another one. Thank you, Carolyn Peters. You're so nice. And thank you again for the bones. So here's another one from this dad. I don't know who this guy is. Okay. I have no idea who he is, but I really, really, really like what he has to say. And so he teaches, it's another quick, this is quick, but it's another life little lesson. And I wanted to show this to you because it really meant something to me. This one did too. And it says lessons I'm teaching my daughter. I wish someone taught me. Okay. This is maybe 30 seconds. I want you to hear this.
All right, love, I want you to try and open this.
It's a box.
Come on, try harder.
I can't.
Why?
Because I don't have the key?
Exactly. That's because I have it.
Dad.
Were you ever going to be able to open it if you just kept trying harder?
No.
Exactly. Remember that when you're older. Because, love, sometimes you can try harder, love harder, explain yourself better, and even be more patient, and still not fix something because the thing you needed was in somebody else's hands. And, love, I hope you never spend years wondering if being easier to love will make somebody change, stay, or choose you. Because you were never supposed to love somebody enough to heal them. And you were never supposed to blame yourself when you couldn't. Because some things were never yours to unlock. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Love you. All right, love you.
I really liked that. I really, really liked that. Like you were never supposed to heal people. Like that wasn't, you were never supposed to be enough to like be able to try to change people, heal people. But I also love that it goes the other way. Like you were never, you never need to, yes, I know. It's really quick.
Should try and open this.
I need to hear it one more time.
Come on, try harder.
He's so sweet.
I can't.
Why?
Because I don't have the key?
Exactly. That's because I have it.
Dad.
Were you ever going to be able to open it if you just kept trying harder?
No.
Exactly. Remember that when you're older. Because, love, sometimes you can try harder, love harder, explain yourself better, and even be more patient, and still not fix something because the thing you needed was in somebody else's hands. And love, I hope you never spend years wondering if being
Okay.
easier to love will make.
Let's apply what we just talked about to what he just said because that just hit me really hard. Hold on.
Remember that when you're old. Because love, sometimes you can try.
Me filling the void. I just applied this to me filling the void. So I was trying harder. I was buying more things. Listen.
Harder, love harder, explain yourself better, and even be more patient, and still not fix something because the thing you needed was in somebody else's hands.
Because the thing I needed was in somebody else's hands. Little did I know in my 20s when this addiction happened and I started getting out and away from Scientology to go visit friends in Kansas City to buy something and connect with them. That was my way of trying harder and trying to fix something. And I wasn't ever going to fix that. It wasn't the solution. Right. And so now I think I have a better grasp on, I'm able to identify why I did that and the reasons behind it and how I don't have that need anymore. I think I've clearly figured that out. I don't need to go do that anymore because I don't need to try harder. I'm not trying to get out of the cage. I'm out. I'm free. So I don't have that addiction. Isn't that beautiful? Let's hear that again.
Come on, try harder.
I can't
Why?
because I don't have the key.
Exactly. That's because I have it.
Dad.
Were you ever going to be able to open it if you just kept trying harder?
No.
Exactly. Remember that when you're old. Because love, sometimes you can try harder, love harder, explain yourself better, and even be more patient, and still not fix something because the thing you needed was in somebody else's hands. And love, I hope you never spend years wondering if being easier to love will make somebody change, stay, or choose you. Because you were never supposed to love somebody enough to heal them. And you were never supposed to blame yourself when you couldn't. Because some things were never yours to unlock. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some things were never yours to unlock. But also just trying harder to make someone love you or choose you. We've all been there, I think. I hate to speak for you guys, but I feel like that's something we've all done. We've all tried to set ourselves on fire to keep somebody else warm, and it's never enough. It's never enough because it's not the solution, right? We should probably love ourselves more. And had I loved myself at all, I probably would have identified. I do too, Angie Mo. I would have identified I have a problem and I'm trying to solve this problem and fill this void with buying shit and connecting with people who like it's really fascinating. This is why I love where I'm at right now, right? Like I would not pick another time in my life where I'm like that was a better time, right? Because right now I feel like I am doing so much healing and self-reflecting on like why did I do that? And so even just today taught me a lesson, going through old boxes of things and attaching all those emotion to those things and remembering the memories of when I got them, who I was with, who the person in the store, right? The connection, the reason I went out of the house that day was just to get out and go, I'm getting away from my Scientology life, right? I know, Kathy Brown. I love that guy too, because he reminds me so much of Tommy. That if Tommy had a little girl, which he did, but he was in prison most of that time. That's why I said I wish we would have had a child together, because I really think he would have been that dad. He would just be so sweet. I can really relate to the need to try harder to explain myself. I have spent many years trying to explain what I need or want from people. I'm much better at seeing that behavior in myself now. Exactly. Hey, Rome. That's what I was just saying, Teresa, is I was just on autopilot. Wow. I was just on autopilot. I think I was too excited about the dopamine hit and like the opportunity to get something new. And if I look at it, I don't even like the shit I bought. Most of the shit I bought is just that. It's got tags on it still. Hey, Stanley. And I'm sitting here going, why did I buy this? Because it wasn't about the item. It was the addiction to go connect with people, laugh with people, be myself, no ties to Scientology. Do you know how fucking freeing that was for me? Oh man, that makes me feel some kind of way. It really meant a lot to me to get out of the house and go where no one knows who I am. No one knows what I am, I should say, not who I am, what I am. to be able to go in Kansas City those decades and like meet new people and go see this person at Sephora and go see again anybody at those stores, it was an opportunity for me to go and not no one knows who I am as far as I'm a Scientologist, and I didn't have to. It was also very freeing to not speak in Scientology, to not use that language, to not use that lingo, to just go talk to real people. But I felt like I was screaming inside. And so it was just this opportunity for me to go and be normal, right? And nobody knows that I'm this weirdo Scientologist in a cult. And so I think it was less about the ugly shit I bought, which some of it I'm just like, this is not my style. Why? Because it sucks. I wish I could get all the money back, but, okay, Patty, but I think it's more what it represented. And so holding up all those items today and taking them to my booth and putting them there, I was like, it's truly letting go of, and it was like a ritual, like it's truly recognizing that I had that problem, but it's not just a problem. It's truly understanding why I had it and why I don't anymore. And letting go of it. Yes, Shelly Kelly, it represented a type of freedom then, but now I have the real freedom. So that's what's even, okay, Joan Marie, love you, babe. That's to me what really gets me is like, I was faking freedom, Shelly Kelly. Like, yeah, Purple Sunflower. Yes, it was an escape. I was escaping my everyday life to go see people who were real. And I thank God all the time now that I'm out of Scientology, because I was never meant to be in. No one is meant to be in. I don't mean it like that, but like some people you're never going to see leave Scientology because that's their roots. I never felt rooted in it. And I knew that the older I got because I knew I had to escape. Like I knew that I was like, I'll put it to you this way. People like in real Scientologists that I was always around, my friends, if I was like, my idea of doing something fun would be to go do that, right? Like go shop, go somewhere where they don't know I'm a Scientologist. A real Scientologist who's deeply rooted is going to be like, you want to do something fun today? Let's get out and go sell some Dianetics books. Let's go disseminate Scientology to people and get them into the org and get them on staff. Let's recruit and get people on course. Let's go to a fundraiser. Like that was their idea of. So I knew that I didn't fit in for those reasons too. I was never drawn to it like that. I was like, no, I'm trying to get the fuck away from it. Like I don't. Every Scientologist pretty much I knew in Kansas City, it's called disseminating, and it's where I don't know if that's a real word or a Scientology word, but disseminating is hugely used in Scientology, and it's where you go out and you go, hi, I'm Reese. I'm a Scientologist. Nice to meet you. So do you want to come with me back here and we can look at, it sounds like a fucking serial killer, but that's what they do. It's disseminating, and then it's called body routing. And so then you're routing people into the org. So you're getting bodies in, it's actually a statistic in Scientology, the biz, the bodies in the shop. I knew the friends I made would not get me in trouble. And I knew that I wasn't going to get written up or reported for anything. I wasn't going to get cramming for anything. I wasn't going to have to word clear anything. I could just be me. But all the Scientologists around me were always like, hey, yeah, let's go sell some books. Like, that's their life. They swim in a Scientology pool. They don't leave the cage. I was always wanting to get the fuck out of there and be like, no, I want to go talk to people who don't know who I am and don't know we're in this cult. Like I want to get into the real world and meet real people. And I think that's why this channel is so meaningful to me, because this is where it all began. This is where I actually met the real people in the real world. Wow, that is fucking wild to me, just realizing all this on this stream. But Shelly Kelly, back to what you said, what it represents is false freedom, my few minutes of freedom. And now I don't need to fill that void. And I have no addiction whatsoever. I still, don't get me wrong, guys. I love to shop. I still love shopping. I still love going and admiring things, but I don't have to buy them. And I don't have to, like, I don't feel this, like, it was like an aggression. Like I was like, I have to pick something out. I can't leave here empty handed. Like it was this weird addiction. And I don't feel that anymore at all. If anything, it's the opposite. Whenever I'm in a store, I'm like, I love this, but I have something similar to it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I've got so much shit. I don't need it. Like that's where I'm at now. And it's because I don't have that problem anymore because I am free. Before it was representing a life of trying to get free, like false freedom, like a moment of it, right? And thank you, Pat. And I would just get little tastes of it. And now I don't have an abusive spouse. Like I don't have shitty fucking in-laws writing reports on me and being abusive. I don't have Jeff. I don't have the jesters. I have me and I have my son to care for and my 5 animals. And that's exactly how I want it. That's how I like it. And yes, the pressure's on me. I mean, I'll be honest, it was different when, you know, you have 2 incomes and it was less pressure for sure. But like, yeah, I like it this way. I like being in control of my finances. I like being in control of all the decisions in this house and just having my son, like all of those things. Hey, Jennifer Minton. All of those things. Jennifer, you sent me an email and I need to respond to you. I'm sorry I haven't. I want you to know it was a beautiful email and I'm not blowing you off. All of those things mean freedom. All of those things are the right path for me because it broke those habits and addictions. And I don't, that's healthy. That I don't have those kinds of addictions. Now, I have all kinds of shit I need to work on. That was actually what I wanted to talk to you guys about. This ended up being way more interesting. But I wanted to talk to you. I'm having problems like health-wise. I really want to change my health. And so I'm like trying to figure out food ideas and I sent myself a bunch of recipes. Just a side note, because I was like, I want to ask my chat this today. And we ended up talking about something totally off the rails. Hey, Jan. Weird question for you guys. Yeah, Iwa, I found out at 20 weeks that Huxley was a boy. Weird question. I agree with that, Amy Knight. Weird question. I don't know if it's a question. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how I want to ask this. I'm trying to experiment with like eating less sugar, less carbs, and just, it's not, I'm not being as mindful about it as I should be. I'm on, a GLP-1. You guys know that. So I only eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat a lot. I usually eat about once a day meal wise, but then I'll eat around that. Like I have a problem eating more toward the evening. Anyway, my point is, do all of you guys like I want to know if other adults, do you know, I should ask my doctor this, or maybe I need to get some testing, but like everything I know, Pat, everything I eat has a bad effect on me. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to get frustrating. Now, it doesn't happen when I'm in Ecuador, so it could just be the American, like, cancer-causing shit in our food. Honestly, like the dangerous dyes and GMOs and shit like that, because it never happens to me when I'm in Ecuador. But anything I seem to eat, like, almost instantly, I'll have some kind of stomach pain, and it's not always pain, or I'll just be like, oh, I have to shit now. Like, I'm going to shit myself. Like, every time I eat something, I'm like, why does everything have a bad effect on me? Literally, like, so today, hey, Southern Mimi, I have to go to the store this week. We don't have that much food right now in the fridge. So I grabbed some of my Costco microwave bacon, which probably isn't great for you, but I have a lot of it. And I was like, I need to eat some of that. So I made a few strips of bacon. I ate a piece of pepper jack cheese, and this was not all because I'm trying to diet. I just grabbed what looked good. I ate a piece of pepper jack cheese, and then I was still hungry. So I was like, what else do we have? So then I found my Trader Joe's yogurt, and I put a little bit of Trader Joe's granola, vanilla granola into it, mixed that up and ate that. So I had a few pieces of bacon, a piece of cheese, and then I had some yogurt. That's what I've eaten today. I've noticed like the last 5 days in a row, I take it's like, it's not like I eat and then it's like a normal poop. I'm like running to the bathroom. Why? Now, I don't have a gallbladder and I've been shitting my pants for decades. Like this isn't like new. No one needs to be like, you need to go to the doctor. No, this is not new. I think I'm just noticing it that like pretty much fucking everything I went to Southern Goods the other day to take more stuff to my booth. And there's a coffee shop 2 doors down that's kind of new, and I love supporting her, but she's super expensive, so I try not to go very often. It's like $7 or $8 for a coffee, and I don't love that. And I'm weird. I just don't want to. I'm trying not to spend money right now. So I got the coffee. It wasn't a coffee. It was actually a summer drink. It was like a lemonade thing. I drank it, and I was like, I have to shit myself. Like, why? Why? Why is this happening? And then I go to Ecuador. Yeah, but I eat sugar all the time, Robin. But then I'll go to Ecuador and I'll eat whatever I want there. And we'll eat Mexican food, we'll eat Italian food, we go to the bakery. I have solid poops and it's like I never have stomach cramps. It usually takes me a few days. Like I have to be there for a few days before I even out. But then it's so weird because I'll eat like greasy stuff or like heavy, rich foods there. And I'm like, I will say to Tommy every time, I'm like, I just pooped a banana poop. He's like, no way. I'm like, yes. And he's like, good job. I'm like, I know, I just did a fucking banana poop. Do you know how long it's been since I banana pooped? When are you eating cleaner? Often quicker than you're used to. The water is definitely different in Ecuador. Yeah, you don't drink the water there, although I have several times by accident. Hey, Thought Criminal. I was thinking that too, Hope. There's just a lot. No, Pat, because I haven't changed it yet. Hey, Tampa A. Hey, why not? I just think there's a lot of shit in our food because I've tested it. I've been to Ecuador enough times where I'm like, I don't shit myself here. The only time I did was when I drank the water, and then I was when I drank the water, I vomited more than pooping, but I have had the shits there. Maybe having Tommy around calms your psyche. Pillow sham, that's a thought. I'll tell you what, I actually sleep when I'm with Tommy. And I fucking up all night when I'm not with him, but when I sleep, when I'm with Tommy, I don't know what fucking month it is. I don't know what day it is when I'm with him. I sleep so hard. So that could be. Do I feel safer around Tommy? It's night and day difference. Yes, Amy. I feel 100% safe around him at all times. That's what I'm saying. I sleep like a rock when I'm with him. I mean, I will just pass out. And when I went there last time, I think I slept like the first 2 days. No joke. Like I slept throughout the day. I unplug when I usually go to Ecuador, so I don't stream much. I might do toward the end, I might stream a little. But when I always first arrive, I'm like, no email, no streams, no nothing. And I conked out for like 48 hours. I just slept really hard. He was like, all you did was sleep. I was like, I know, but it's because I don't sleep much. And when I'm with him, I feel super safe. And so I just pass out. Yeah, they put a lot of additives in our food. And that's Amy Knight. Nerves will affect the GI tract. You haven't had a banana poop for years? I always get so excited when I poop a banana. Now, when I make this smoothie here at home, I have banana poops. I just have to do it. I need to start doing it again. I was really on it. I was doing so well on that smoothie. And I don't know why I stopped. I love it. I use frozen kale. I put it in the freezer. A bunch of frozen kale, bunch of frozen blueberries, kefir, just plain. I don't get vanilla. It's like kefir is like a yogurt, drinkable yogurt, and then ice and a little bit of water. Oh, and chia seeds. And it's so good. And I was drinking that every day, and that made me have banana poops big time. I take a probiotic every day, Tampa A. Every single day I take a freaking probiotic. So Hope, I guess you're right. And Whole Foods, like I kind of need someone to come teach me. I'd love to. I saved a bunch of recipes. Like I'd like to make those mason jar salads. I love, love, love salads. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I've never made a salad. I order salads if I go out to eat, but I never go out to eat. But I love, love, love salad. I just don't know how to like chop up. What kind of lettuce do you buy? Do you buy it in the bag where it's already ready? Do you get a head of lettuce and chop that? Like I've never done that in my life. I just don't know how. I don't know where to start. You said what you were wearing. This I got in the Anthropologie sale long time ago. That's called GI stress. Okay. Hey, Heather, but it's not new. I'm not sure when I had a banana poop. Yeah. Okay. So are a lot of us not banana pooping? Okay, Shelly Kelly. Hey, Heather in the library. No, not bagged, but everything you like and put it all together. Okay. Thanks, Jeannie. I like romaine. I put whatever I want in there. What the hell was that? I put whatever I want in there and I never, okay. Put Greek salad in your rotation. I don't know how to make one, Kim. I order them in restaurants, but I've never, I mean, it's not like I'm helpless. I can figure it out. I just don't know where to start. The greener, the better. Romaine, kale, spinach. Yes. Risa kefir is a probiotic and the kale is a prebiotic. Okay. That makes sense, Teresa. I think it is, Natalie, the lack of gallbladder. Amy Knight. And here's the thing too, guys, like salads also make me have to poop right away. Like salad isn't it's also not the best thing. But so here's my main question. Do you guys know? Like I feel like I should know at this point what foods. Now, I can't eat Alfredo sauce, like anything really heavy in the fats. Because I don't have a gallbladder, I will crap myself. But I guess what I'm saying is, do you guys know your bodies? Like, do you know, like, should I avoid, I don't want to avoid dairy. Now, I don't drink milk, but I eat a lot of cheese. Like, do you know what you shouldn't eat and what you should eat and like what sets off your system and like what causes inflammation? I don't know any of those things. Are we supposed to as adults? Do you guys know? Do you just wing it? Because I just wing it. I just eat what I like. P. Taylor. Hey, Sierra Terry, break lettuce apart with your hands. If you chop it, it'll get brown, no nutritional value in iceberg lettuce. And the bag lettuce has a serious okay. I have to eat plenty of veggies or else I get bunny poops. Interesting. You know what else I want to make? Let me show you guys something. I saved this and sent it to myself, and I'm getting mad at this guy because he says how good it is, but he doesn't show you how to make it. Has anybody ever done this? I want to make this really, really bad.
Well, I'm officially down 8 pounds this month, and a lot of that has to do with lettuce wraps. I made a very simple taco one today, and it was absolutely fantastic. I'd give this one a 9.6 out of 10. Well, I'm officially down 8 pounds.
I'd give this one a 9.6 out of 10. Okay. I'd love to make something like that. How do you do that? You buy an entire head of lettuce and just that's it? You got one wrap out of that? Has anybody ever made a lettuce wrap? Because that shit looked amazing. I would put avocado in that, maybe some hummus. Like I say, I want to make these. Look at these. Why isn't she talking?
Crispy Parm.
Look.
Did you know that we should be eating broccoli every single day? What better way than to snack on these crispy Parmesan broccoli chips? Parboil your large florets for a few minutes. Sprinkle a sheet pan with shredded parm, then add on the veggies to smash. Top with seasonings and bake until crusty. Now love your life. Did you know
that looks amazing? He just used a lettuce leaf like it's a tortilla. So you just buy a whole head of lettuce and just peel off. Is Tommy in here? I make a lot of broccoli. Oh, there he is. Ask Tommy. He is a culinary gangster. Love you, babe. And I coined that for you. I had on Etsy. Thanks, P. Taylor. It's a dress. I had on Etsy. I had it made for him and I made one for Luigi. aprons, and it says Tommy Scoville, culinary gangster, and the other one says Luigi Paragallo, culinary gangster. Okay, well, okay, so all of you guys have been doing lettuce wraps all this time, and I didn't know about it. Let me ask you guys this, because when I was a Scientologist, my friend Kathy used to push this. Hey, sweet potato princess, do you guys believe in the blood type diet? Scientologists kind of went that route for a while, like you should eat according to your blood type. Is that a thing anymore, or no? Hey, Philip. So sorry to hear that, Philip. I hate when that happens to me. He just bought a head of lettuce and peeled off the lettuce. It's easy for them to tear through, so you have to do it carefully. No OG gaslit. Okay, because I'd be into that. I don't, again, eat a lot of meat, but I can think of a lot of things that I would wrap up in that lettuce. Like, again, I think I'd slap definitely some avocado, some cheese, maybe some salsa. So the blood type diet isn't a real thing. Okay, of course it's not. That was a Scientologist driven. So I guess I feel a little bit I guess I feel a little bit pulled in many directions. What's one thing I should just try to focus on? Like one thing that's making me shit myself. Stuffed bell peppers are not my favorite. However, Amy Knight, I do make stuffed baby bell peppers, the little ones in the bag that you buy at Costco. I cut those in half. I do a mixture of Boursin cheese and cream cheese, everything bagel seasoning, and then I stuff the peppers with the cheese and then I bake them. Really good. What's something I should just focus on? Like try to pull back from sugar, carbs. Okay. Use a plastic knife. Only believe in eating real food from the farm. Nothing processed. Fresh soups are my go-to. Where do you get that, Puka Vista? Cut out sugar. Oh, yeah. Thought Criminal. I know that people do that. Costco actually makes a version of those bacon wrapped ones. I'm just weird about meat. I tried them once and it freaked me out. I felt like Hannibal Lecter. Focus on protein. That's hard for me to do because I just don't eat a lot of meat. Lessen sugar intake. Okay. I'm a fitness professional. Just focus on cutting back dairy if you can replace it with non-dairy. Ugh. Focus on whole ingredients, minimally processed. Do I like tofu? Yes. As a matter of fact, has anybody, I took a picture of this the other day for you guys. Has anybody ever bought this? Where is it? This. Jen, have you ever bought this? I took that picture at Costco. Kirkland tofu, extra firm. If anyone's ever bought this, is it chopped up like that? Is it in little squares already like that? And how do you make it? Because I love tofu, but again, I've never made it. It's like a Greek salad. I've just never made it. Would you put it in a skillet? Do you bake it in the oven? What do you do with it? Because I like tofu. Like I would probably, if that comes in the little squares on the pictures, I would probably just dip it in something and eat it. Okay, Jen. I do like beans. Here's the thing, guys. I think I just need somebody to help me with this. I can do it. That's why I'm sending myself ingredients. I love cooking and trying new things. I think, remember, I've been trying to cook more with chickpeas. Chickpeas are supposed to be really good for you, and they're a good replacement for meat if you don't eat a lot of meat. Grate your own Parmesan, the pre-grated. I think, okay, I think I'm going to start grating my own cheese. I watched a video on that where people were like, cheese, if you grate, I got to get a cheese grater, but if you grate your own cheese, it's supposed to taste a lot better. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Hey, autistic Margot. No lettuce, just chop cucumber, tomato, pepper, green onion. Yeah, I could do that in a heartbeat. Okay. That's actually a really good idea, Kim is Blue. Hey, Allison. Okay, Natalie. I eat a lot of hummus, thought criminal. I've eaten hummus my entire adult life. I love hummus so much. Okay. Thank you, Susie CJ. I have problems with tofu and soy products. Soy is inflammatory. Reducing inflammation helps. I've heard that too, that soy is like really, really bad, especially for women. But you can buy stuff that is not, it's a non-GMO, right? And then it's not bad. Is that correct? Where did I find the broccoli chip recipe? I just found it on Reels on Facebook. Is paleo meat though? Is paleo eating meat? Okay, thank you, Puka Vista. Man, you guys all cook tofu. I've never cooked it in my life, but I love it. And I'm a huge fan of meat. Meat. I just read the word meat and said it. Soup. You guys know this. I could eat soup every single day. I love, love, love soup. Okay, OG Gasset. That's what I thought. Okay. I mean, this is a start, guys. This is helpful. I just wanted to ask you, just according to your own bodies, like, when you grocery shop, like, do you know, like, I love this, but I can't eat it? Now, again, I know that on certain things. Like I said, Alfredo sauce is like way too rich for me and I'll shit myself. But like when I'm at the store, I just buy what sounds good. I just grab pretty much the same thing all the time. And for me, that's a lot of canned soup. I like Amy's organic canned soup. Huxley already kind of eats his own thing. He eats a lot of chicken. I don't. I will make some things sometimes in the crock pot, but I really just cook for myself these days. So I eat a lot of soup. I eat a lot of hummus. I try to avoid chips, like chips and dip, salsa, stuff like that, but that's one of my favorite things. Jen Finberg, I eat my mom's, that's what I ate for dinner last night was fried green tomatoes. I've been eating out of my mom's garden a lot. Oh, Puka Vista, I love French onion soup. I do not eat tuna. I've never had any kind of fish in my life. I just can't do it. I don't cook tofu, but I eat tons of soybeans. Edamame, they're easy, frozen organic bags full of tons of healthy protein. Okay. Okay, so Pillow Sham has diverticulitis. So you know what to avoid. Let me ask you this. Is there any way to get some kind of testing where you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there a way to get a test done? I'm guessing no, where you can go, okay, like, wouldn't it be amazing to get a test done and someone goes, here's a list of foods your body will love. Here's what you need to be eating according to your results. Because it's kind of like anything else. We're all completely different. Everybody learns differently. Everybody processes differently. Of course, our bodies are different. So I wish there was just someone could hand me a list and go, according to your blood and your blah, 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 this is what you need to eat to stay on track and you won't shit your pants. I would do it. Okay. Huh. See a dietitian. I mean, I've seen dietitians before and oftentimes they're just like, oh, you're diabetic. Okay, well, here's what the American Diabetes Association, like, here's a table of what you should. I mean, I can Google that. Like, I would like to get something a lot more customized to what I need. I wish I could just be given a list. I don't eat a lot of bread, Vicky Andrews. Honestly, I'm not a big bread person. Good night, D. Love you too. Okay, Tampa A. You know what? Thought criminal. That's what I used to make all the time. I think I'm just going to go back to that. That is something solid that I can do that I know I love. I could eat it every day. Every time I get a Greek salad somewhere or like a plate of veggies, I always say, I'm like, you could feed this to me every day and I would eat it every day. So I need to just figure out how to make it the way I would like it. And I could eat roasted veggies and salad the rest of my life and not miss anything. Like, it's like candy for me. I love roasted Brussels sprouts, roasted squash and zucchini, broccoli. I even love making my own kale chips. I used to make those all the time. I don't like store-bought kale chips, but I like my own. And so I need to just get back into the swing of that. I don't do it here because my kitchen is tiny and it sucks and I just don't like it here. I used to cook in my home in Kansas City because I loved my home. I know that may sound ridiculous, but like I was way more comfortable in it. It was just made me happy. It was the way I wanted it. It's not here and everything's all disheveled and like I don't have space for anything. So I just kind of stay in this smaller box of options for me. And I really need to get out of that and go back to what I was doing because I absolutely love a pan of roasted veggies. Oh, holy shit. I literally, when I would make roasted Brussels sprouts, I would eat them and be like, this is candy. To me, this is like dessert. That was a bad dietitian who said that to you. A good one will help you come up with a plan. Okay, Teresa. I make a lot of salads in summer and roasted veggies in cooler weather. Kim is blue. I bet you're a really good cook. Okay. All right. You're right, OG Gaslit. Hey, FAFO. That's an interesting one. Okay. All right. Yeah, Abigail, I see what you're saying there as well. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have to go to the store this week and I'm going to make a list and I want to, I have a couple recipes I want to make that I think Huxley will eat. I'm always trying to make stuff that he will eat, but then I make it and he's like, no, I don't want that. I'll just make chicken. I'm like, okay. She's sleeping next to me, Robin. Hey, just Stacy. And it's easy to know Pillow Sham. It's also easy because that's where I buy all of my produce. Hey, Melissa, is Costco. I love buying that bag of broccoli there. I get the thing of mushrooms there. I buy a thing of blueberries there. I sometimes will buy the celery, but I end up throwing it away because it's way too much. But I think Costco has great produce and it's just so easy. I just walk through that cold section and grab it all. So I think that's what I'll do. And Kim, I'm going to take your idea of making a Greek salad without the lettuce. Heck yeah. I mean, that's amazing. Okay. Sorry, guys. This kind of went all over the place and it kind of fell. It kind of started out strong and then it collapsed. I just really wanted to get over 200 people's thoughts on that. So I appreciate. Hey, Rabbit Flea. I don't like meat and hate the price of vegan meat products. So I've been learning how to make seitan. I don't know how to say that. Using vital wheat gluten and nutritional yeast and seasoning. Oh my God. That's probably more than I'll ever be able to accomplish. I do eat eggs. And so that's the other thing. Yesterday for my meal, I made an egg sandwich and I sliced up the tomatoes from my mom's garden and I did a piece of pepper jack and I don't like runny eggs. So I fried my egg and I ate that. And I was like, I have to take a poop. Like it's so annoying. I was like, what can I eat that I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to crap myself. Thank you, Southern Mimi. Salads in Greece don't use lettuce anyway. Wow. I didn't know that, Teresa. Abigail, closing, better to be poor and honest than to be honest and a fool. Ooh, I like that. That's true too. If you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord and he will repay you. Old Testament. All right. Abigail, that was very fitting. And thank you, girl. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, pepper jack. I love pepper jack. I also love provolone Swiss. I bought some of the fancy cheese. I don't know, Beth. I bought some of the fancy cheese at Costco and I sliced it up the other day. It was on sale a couple weeks ago. Oh God, it was smoked Gouda and I put it in a Ziploc and I have it in little cubes and I've just been popping that when I feel like I need a snack. I do love avocado toast too, Jen. But I bought the bag of avocados a week ago. I went and bought whole grain bread and I was like, ooh, I'm going to eat avocado toast all week. And I did. Shit myself. Now, I think the problem there was I put too much olive oil in with it. I mix it with olive oil and I thought maybe I overdid it on the oil. Oh, I know, Kim. You guys are saying IBS. I mean, if I have IBS, I've had it since I got my gallbladder removed when I was 16. I have had the most sensitive gut. I eat, this is not new. It's just, I feel like I'm more annoyed by it now than ever. I'm like, I eat anything. And it's like, I'm not running to the bathroom immediately, but usually within an hour, 2-3 hours, I'm like, I just want to poop normal. And I also don't want to be out in public. I'm like, great. Cause I don't like pooping in public. Make a quiche. I do have quiche in the fridge from Costco. I need to make that. That's oddly enough, That's one of Huxley's favorite things. He loves quiche. So I've been buying them like crazy. They come in a 2-pack at Costco. And I'm like, if there's anything I can make that he'll eat, I'll make it. And so I've been popping quiche in the oven for him. Never was a big fan of brie cheese, Vicky. So about the, no, I've never had a colonoscopy, Anne. Yeah, I don't like pooping in public. If I can avoid it, I really will. I'm better than I used to be, but I really, really don't like pooping in public. I don't put oil on avocado toast. Well, I take the avocado and I mash it up first, Kim, and I do oil, everything bagel seasoning, a bit of lemon juice. Huxley eats a ton of protein, a ton. A little bit of lemon juice, and I mix that all together, Kim, and then I toast a little bit of my whole grain bread and I mash it on there with everything bagel seasoning. And then I'll do, if I have them, I will do cherry tomatoes sliced up from my mom's garden. And then I'll do sriracha. So good. That's probably good too, Forever Jack's Girl. A fried egg slice on your and tomato on my avocado toast. I love avocado toast, but I don't feel like it does great with me. And that's a bummer because I need that fat. I always like to try to eat avocados because I know how good they are for you. I've never made a quiche, Robin, but hey, Mrs. Carson, I just buy it from Costco because it's really good. It's like a fire roasted veggie quiche. And the other one I think is a broccoli cheese one, but they're both really good. I would encourage you to go back to adding that smoothie to your diet. If you are struggling with getting enough protein, you can add a flavorless peptide. Okay. And Teresa, you've convinced me. I'm going to. I have all the ingredients here. So I really will do that. So thank you, Teresa. I will. I like the chia seeds in it too. Chia seeds, I think, were helping me with probably the banana poop. So I need to get back into that routine. OG Gaslit, I need what? Maybe try avocado toast without oil and see if that makes a difference. Kim, I will. I'll try it without the oil. I was adding the oil because I thought I don't get enough of this stuff. Like I know olive oil is really good for us. And I know avocados are good for us. So I'm like, whenever I can absorb that, I try because I'm like, ooh, the oil is good for you. And so you're right. Maybe do it without the oil. It is, Hope. I buy the organic. I love this olive oil. I can't think of what it is. I buy it at Costco and it's an organic cold pressed, yes, olive oil. Ooh, good for you, Puka Vista. Hey, Bella Balooza. Okay, Natalie. I don't get as much of the quiche because Huxley mows through it, which is fine because, again, I can eat something else. I like to make stuff. I mean, he makes his own food at this point. But if I can, I like to make stuff that he'll eat. And he gets all excited when I make that quiche. I have some in the fridge. I need to make it. Okay. I'm going to go. And even if I don't drink the smoothie, I'm going to put chia seeds in my water again because I like adding it to my water. You just don't want to do too much. I Googled that. You don't want to overdo chia seeds. It can have a bad effect on you. Okay, Thought Criminal. Guys, this was really helpful, and I'm sorry I switched over to this. I really wanted to have this conversation, though. That's what I wanted to talk about today, but we got into the other thing, and I'm glad we did. I'm really glad that we did. That was an amazing topic earlier, and I feel like that was a bit of a breakthrough. And I'm really looking forward to talking to my therapist about it. Okay, so what's tomorrow? Monday? Do you guys want to do something tomorrow? I plan to. I always like Mondays. I prefer streaming Monday through Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday can be weird and people are busy and I understand that. But weekdays, I don't know why. Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. So I was planning on being here tomorrow afternoon. If you don't mind, please don't forget to check to see if you're subscribed. It does happen that people get unsubscribed. Okay, thank you, Alicia. Okay, tomorrow afternoon then, around the same time, I plan to stream. I don't know yet what we'll talk about. I have no idea, but this was a really good one for me today. I appreciate you guys listening and being here through it. Thank you. Thank you just for your input, your feedback, and oh, Lara FM. I popped into her stream today. She's so cute. She was streaming this morning, Kim is Blue. I intend to stream with her, but I feel like she has a lot going on with her GED studying. She's doing like the classes online on her streams. And I just kind of felt like I was interfering with that. When I asked her, love you, Holly. When I asked her about it, like she said she was doing her studies, and I don't know if I should wait till she's done. I have every intention of streaming with her, but I don't want to like try to pull her away from what she's trying to accomplish right now. She's got really big goals with that, and I don't want to push that, but I do want to do a stream with her. I love Laura FM. She was so cute in her stream this morning. She was like out showing us her chickens and just chatting. We got to see the dog. It was just really cute. I like her a lot, but I do intend to do it. I just don't want I don't want to pull away from what she's trying to do. She's trying to learn and study and get through this. And so I don't want to be a hindrance on that. Jan, I started taking a GLP-1 like 4 or 5 years ago. So honestly, I don't remember. I shit my pants a lot way before that. So, that's right. OG Gaslit. I've kind of always had this problem. Good night, Vicky. Love you, Buffy. Yeah, I'll hop over on the boat and, say hi to everyone over there. I haven't talked to Tommy much because he's been with Spanx. They're really cute. They're just really cute. I'm happy that he's there. So please hit subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you tonight for the super chats, for being members. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys, and just thanks for listening to me. And hey, Lori Lee, I mean it. I really this was meaningful for me and a bit of a breakthrough, and I'm glad that you were here with me to kind of talk it out. So thank you, and I will be back tomorrow afternoon. Mods, thank you for what you do. Thank you for keeping us safe. Thanks, Linda. And I hope to see you tomorrow, Linda. I love you guys, and I will be here in the afternoon tomorrow. So here comes Fred, and I'll see you on the boat if you go over there.